you don't realize how much your phone controls you until you put it away. And I'm not saying that to shame you, I'm saying that because it was controlling me too. After all, modern phones are designed ground up to completely take advantage of you and to control your attention at all means necessary. And that's what happened to me. I was spending 5 hours a day on average just on Instagram Reels scrolling. Now that might not be a lot to you, but for me, that was incredible. Before that, I was taking 2 hours a day on average, 1 hour a day on average on my phone, the whole phone, and now 5 hours a day just purely on Instagram. So here's the lesson. Here's how you can finally stop scrolling, how you can finally get off your phone and to move on as a person and spend that time more wisely. Your phone is smarter than you are not smarter than it. You think the entire history, a library of every human ounce of knowledge in the pocket of your pants is dumber than you? Obviously it knows a lot more than you. Sure, it's an inanimate object, but now there's AI. And not even to mention AI, but there's massive corporations designed to study neuroscience and spending millions and millions of dollars each year to take advantage of your mind. Just think of dopamine, for example. How many times apps use dopamine to trick your brain and to convince you to go again and again and again? It's like a casino on steroids because you're sleeping with it. Hopefully you're not sleeping in a casino, but surely you sleep around your phone. And you might not have a dopamine problem, but you have a design problem. Intrinsically, as a human, you have human flaws. It's human nature. And when your human nature is taken advantage of, that's problematic. But once you can understand this trap, once you can realize human nature and how problematic it is, how easy it is to be taken advantage of, once you see the pitfalls that we fall into and how to overcome them, that's when you can learn, advance, and move on. Number 2, reduce your access and stop relying on willpower. So many men and women my age want to rely on willpower to beat any addiction. Lust especially is a bad one. They want to fight it, but you're going to lose if you fight the same thing again and again and again. Not because you can't fight things, not because you're not strong enough, but because you're fighting something that is designed to take advantage of your nature. It's constantly there, right? And that's if you leave it there. So reduce the environments, change things. If you delete an app, which could be drastic, surely you can't fight something or bring yourself up against something if nothing's there. And that's the thing, you're fighting like a rock that isn't moving. If you want to fight the rock, stop yelling at it, just take it and chuck it away, and all of a sudden you've won. That's how you do it. You're not going to conquer the rock that's just standing there by outstanding it, because eventually you're going to fall over, and the rock by sitting there is going to win. And so if you want to conquer Instagram or Snapchat, just throw the rock away. Get rid of it. Or if that's not enough for you, then completely get rid of your phone. But I understand if that's too much. We want to use these apps to communicate, even though it's really glorified gambling, at least with your time. And so if you don't want to do that, put your phone away in a different environment. Segregate these apps so it's harder to get access to them. Put it on grayscale so it's less pleasing to your eyes. People will make fun of you, believe me, they made fun of me, but now I don't spend as much time on my phone. Or at least put on a time slot or increments of your day where you're not allowed to use these apps, enforced by your phone's policies and its rules that you can create. Just go to your settings, go to your screen time, at least if it's on Apple, and you can control how much time you spend on these apps. And it might not work right away, but surely it's more effective than doing nothing. Throw that rock away. Replace scrolling with a better reward. Nothing feels better than the dopamine hit of finding something you like to satisfy yourself, and then moving on to the next thing. And it's easy. That's why you want to do it. That's why people fall into lusting. That's why people eat. It's an easy solution to a complicated problem. You feel all sorts of ways, and then all of a sudden all those feelings go away because, ooh, look, a cute puppy video, a cute kitty video. That's great. I love puppies and kitties. But man, it would be better to have my own puppy and kitty than just watch them on the internet. So replace scrolling with rewards, real ones. Go to the gym and have crazy awesome muscles. Read a book and become a little bit smarter. Pray a little bit more and be closer to God. Isn't heaven a much better reward than scrolling? And I understand it. There's an addiction to it. There's a simple desire to it that might not even be that crazy for you, and so you think it's not that large. But if you think scrolling is so necessary that you can't delete it, you can't get rid of it, then at least for the bare minimum, find something that's a bit more worthwhile. And if you're too afraid of the gym, not into God enough to pray enough, and you don't want to read because you don't have any books, well then start small. Do some push-ups because, well, push-ups don't take much effort. Do some squats, run around a little bit. Or, you know what, be nice to someone, and when they compliment you, which you shouldn't really be looking for, or when you compliment someone, you'll feel a little bit better. Do anything. big or small. The point is you want to replace this intrinsic reward of this dopamine filler with something that's not only meaningful, but actually contributes to your life. So not only you're spending less time on this bad habit, you're not only building good habits, but you're building your life up to a better spot that is for the long term, but also easy that you can change right now. Become the man who no longer needs his phone. So many people are going to say, I don't check my phone as often, or I don't do this. But a real man is just going to straight up say it. I'm locked in with God. I don't need my phone. I don't need any of it. I enjoy it because I can message people, and that's it. It's completely negligible in my life, and my world value, my self-worth, isn't based on a tiny object. And even though it has the entire history of human knowledge in the palm of my hand, I don't need any of human history to tell me how valuable I am, because I'm valuable based off of my God-given gift, which is that I'm made in His image. And that's it. Your value isn't determined by a phone, whether consciously or subconsciously. The truth is, you're valuable because you're made in God's image, and He so loved you so much that He gave His only beloved Son to die on the cross to forgive you for His sins. And isn't that infinitely more precious than a phone, or at least anything you can find on it? But that's all for today. If you learned anything or disagree with anything I said, then let me know in the comments. If you think this video was too long or too short or too weird or too funny or I don't know, too something, then let me know. I really want feedback as I just want to make something better, but you need critiques and accountability equally to make improvement. Nevertheless, I love you, but God loves you more. And so stick around with me. I'm going to be creating a Christian-based self-improvement strategy plan that I'm launching with you very soon, and I'm looking incredibly forward to it. Nonetheless, that's all for today. Share this video if you really thought it was worthwhile. Like, subscribe, do all that nonsense. And, of course, I'll see you tomorrow.